Hi there. This is Jennie Bellinger. For those of you who don't know me, I work with BNI MidAmerica. I've been a member for 9.5 years, and I am a trainer with BNI MidAmerica for the Member Success Program and also some of the advanced trainings. And I was asked by Virginia to do a really quick training on the BNI Power Hour that I do every week. This is something I remember hearing about possibly 2 years ago. I can't remember what training or if it was on a podcast or something, but I heard about it and I implemented it actively into my BNI membership about 18 months ago. So I want to share a little bit of information about what this is so you have an idea of how you might be able to use this in order to get more out of your BNI membership. So really quickly, again, this is the BNI Power Hour, otherwise known as how to get more out of your BNI membership. So basically, what is the BNI Power Hour? It's 1 hour each and every week where you grow your relationships, your visibility, your credibility, and prepare for your own BNI experience at your BNI event for that week. You can do this as one solid hour, which is how I do it. But I know other people that after I've taught them about what I'm doing, they maybe break it into 2 30-minute blocks throughout the week, or maybe 15-minute blocks, or even you could do 6 10-minute blocks, little 10 minutes every day, and then take a day off if you wanted to, and it would all count. What is really important about the BNI Power Hour, like I said, I heard about it 2 years ago, but I didn't fully implement it until 18 months ago. And what that means is I put it in my schedule 18 months ago. So for me, the BNI Power Hour is every Wednesday at 3 p.m. because my meeting is on a Thursday morning and I want to make sure all my stuff is in before the meeting the next day. So, and the reason I scheduled it into my calendar is because otherwise sometimes I let life and business get in the way of getting all of this BNI stuff taken care of. So I know that for me personally, BNI, all those referrals provide up to 85% of my business in any given year. So if I take care of BNI, I know that I'm taking care of my business. So how do I make sure that this is an appointment, that I'm going to keep the appointment? Well, first of all, I have it as a repeating appointment at a consistent time every single week, so it's a habit. I color code it on my calendar so it stands out as something that is going to be done. And I also include a notification reminding me that in 10 minutes it's time for my power hour. Also, I do a Zoom call. I get on Zoom and anybody who wants to join me is allowed to join me. So I will share that Zoom information at the end of this video. I also, anytime I feel like I'm not going to go ahead and do my power hour before I'm allowed to say no to the power hour, I put myself in the place of my BNI referral partners and say, how would I feel if Jennie didn't do her BNI Power Hour and didn't get the referrals, didn't get the introductions, she didn't educate herself about becoming a better networker? I feel pretty bad because I want to show up for my BNI members. And so if I'm not willing to deal with the disappointment, then I go ahead and have my power hour. Obviously, every once in a while, things come in the way. So I reschedule it for earlier in the week or later in the week, depending on what's going on, if absolutely necessary. But I never, for 18 months, have not had a BNI Power Hour in a given week. I just reschedule it for a different time if I absolutely have to. So what do I do during the BNI Power Hour? So this is just a beginner's list of some of what I do in my BNI Power Hour. I use this time to complete some CEUs if necessary. I might reach out to certain members with intention and purpose to set up a one-to-one. Sometimes I even have the one-to-one during that power hour. So it's kind of like double dipping. I'm not using any extra time in my week. If I'm not able to, if I haven't had a one-to-one that week, that I try to set one up during that time. I also use that BNI Power Hour time to enter data into BNI Connect. So I go back in my calendar, compare it to what's already in the system for one-to-ones, any referrals that I may have entered. I'm checking my email to make sure that any introductions that I created have been put in as referrals. I'm also double checking my QuickBooks. to see if there's any thank you for closed business that came in that week from a referral, either tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, or higher, to get all of that put into BNI Connect. I'm also utilizing that time to review my call to action sheet each and every week. My chapter puts out an agenda, and I take notes, and I go through and I will review those notes and dig for any possible referrals that I can for that week for another member. Sometimes I use that time to call another member. It's interesting when I call, about 85 to 90% of the time, people don't pick up. So I'm typically just leaving a voicemail, and it's just a really quick, "Hey, Virginia, I was just reaching out, calling to see how you're doing, was thinking about you. Give me a call back if you get a chance. Otherwise, just know that I'm thinking about you." And that's it. It's just a chance for them to know that I care about them, that I'm thinking about them. And it oftentimes results in them calling me back, and we set up a one-to-one. It's a great opportunity to just reach out and say hello. I also utilize my BNI Power Hour to take care of my BNI roles. So in my chapter, I am currently the Passport to Success coordinator. And so I'll utilize that time to reach out to any of the new members to see what meetings they had that week. I will use that time to reach out to the mentors, see how they're doing, what questions they may have about their mentorship role, or if anybody's having trouble reaching anybody else in the chapter. I'm also like I said, a trainer on the training team. So if somebody, if I have an upcoming training, I'm just going through and reviewing the training, making sure it's fully up to date. And then I'm also a chapter director. So I will utilize that time in the Power Hour to actually go ahead and do my chapter director responsibilities, reaching out to the leadership team of the 2 chapters that I'm currently working with. I also use this time to invite visitors. Anybody who has said yes, I will go ahead and get them registered during this time. And no, I'm not registering them for the next day. I'm registering them 2, 3, 4 weeks out, because I'm inviting people based on the keynote speakers in my chapter who have requested certain people. And then I will also utilize that time to confirm a visitor for the next day, to send a quick text reminder saying, "Hey, I'm excited to see you tomorrow morning at 7:30. Here's the Zoom link. Here's the password. Please make sure you're checking in, clicking on the Zoom link by 7:15 so I can introduce you to some people, and let them know who you are, what you do." And then I also utilize my BNI Power Hour to plan my sales manager moments, so that way I'm not winging it in the morning when the magic bean juice hasn't begun to operate in my brain quite yet. It's already planned out, ready to go for the next day. I also use this time to plan my keynote presentations, because these are not things that show up magically and that we don't know about them. I typically know about my keynote 3 to 4 weeks in advance, and I'm utilizing that time to prepare my keynote, begin inviting people for my keynote, so that way I can have lots of visitors on the day that I'm presenting. Preferably, many of them are my current clients or prospective clients, ideal clients who may be able to do that, in addition to other possible referral partners who may be able to help refer me. So that's kind of what I do during the BNI Power Hour. And basically what I have found for myself is, by watching the traffic lights, what has actually happened for me is I have very consistently, almost 100% of the time, been 90 points or higher in the last 18 months. And I think in the last 18 months, I've been in the 100% club more than half of that time. So being in the 100% club really helps with visibility, credibility within my own chapter. And plus, I'm just a competitive human being. And again, like I said at the beginning of this, 85% of my business comes from referrals, and much of that comes from BNI referrals. So when I take care of my BNI business, I'm taking care of my business. So it makes sense to me to make sure that I am doing all 5 of the behaviors, that I'm at my meeting each and every week, so I'm visible and credible to my members, that I'm educating myself so I can make sure that I am doing the best possible networking for them and myself, that I am inviting visitors to help introduce them to other people and introduce my referral partners to them, that I am having my regular one-to-ones, and that I'm referring as often as possible. So, and just tracking my BNI Power Hour results has shown that, just through the traffic lights, that this is being very, very effective for me and my business and the businesses of my referral partners. And so that's pretty much it for there. So I told you I would share with you guys my BNI Power Hour Zoom link. So let me grab that information really quickly for you. You can find that information in the, see where to go. There it is. You can find this information in the BNI MidAmerica Facebook page. I have included it there. I've also included my BNI Power Hour Zoom link in the BNI Chapter Growth Extravaganza group. And also for those of you who are on the Metro East side, we have a BNI group called the Metro East BNI Cross Chapter Group or something like that. I can't remember the name of it exactly. So I'm pulling up the slide with all the Zoom information here. So I will share this with you now. My BNI Power Hour happens every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central. It does happen on Zoom. If you show up, this is just an opportunity for me to act as an accountability coach. So if you show up, typically what I'll do is I'll have up the slide with all the ideas of the different activities you can be doing. You don't have to stay there for the whole hour. If all you have is from 3 to 3:30 or 3:15 to 3:45, or maybe you have 10 minutes in the middle of the 3 o'clock hour, jump on in, get some work done, and then you can go ahead and leave as necessary. You can be in and out. So I'll have the slide up so that way you can see all the different activities. I know that that web link is kind of crazy, but the meeting ID is 842-0265-0091, and the password into that Zoom room is VCP. So I hope that you can join me Wednesdays at 3 p.m. And thank you so much for watching this video. And I really hope the BNI Power Hour works for you.